Hey, howdy, hey, friends and neighbors. Scott here, and my son. And we have some ginger plants. Well, let me back up. So the holidays, it's the holiday season, and if you're in America, you know that one of our most treasured holiday traditions is eating until you are absolutely miserable. So, in the spirit of the holidays, I'm going to show you how to make a nice plant-based treat that's going to help your tummy. And as soon as I go figure out why she's crying, we're going to come back and make it. Okay, we're back. She was just mad that she had to clean. Go figure. So, we have some ginger plants that my son has grown. We have some more back there. And we're going to make candied ginger slices. Now, ginger is a fairly tropical plant, so in the winter, you either have to bring it in, or as soon as the leaves die back, you can dig them up like we're going to do. So, let's get started. Okay, go ahead and dump it in there. Ginger is pretty easy to grow. Just put it in a pot. It doesn't like real direct sunlight. It seems to enjoy the shade. Otherwise, it's pretty forgiving. It just fills up the container. Okay, here's what we got from that pot. It wasn't especially well fertilized. It really just got water and whatever was in the dirt, so I'm happy with this amount. This piece is what we started out with. This is a mature piece of ginger. The rest of this is the first year ginger, which is a little different, but I like it a lot. It's almost a sweeter flavor to me. We're going to start this other one here. This one has some mold where I left it in here too long. It was really ready to go a couple of weeks ago, and I just left it here, and it's been exposed out. So that's my fault, but there's good stuff still in there too. So we'll do this one. We'll do all of them. Okay, here's what we ended up with. This was out of 4 containers, and the ginger typically grows around the top. I never find it, way down deep, the nice rhizomes you want. This is probably we probably got 3 times as much back as we put in. Like, see, here's the original piece, and then that's all it grew. And we didn't really grow this, intensively with a lot of good fertilizer. We mostly just put it in some pretty good dirt and gave it water, then came back at the end of the year. So if you were really all about, giving them the correct nutrients and really taking care of them, I'm sure you would have got a lot more than this. But we really don't need that much ginger in a year, so that's going to be great. And of course, you could take a couple of pieces of this, put them back in the ground, and keep them in a a non-freezing location, and they'll probably come back up for you next year and have a bunch more. But I've already got some in the greenhouse, so let's go wash this off.
Yay!
Okay, so here are our cleaned and washed off ginger root selections, and we're not going to use all of this for our special candied ginger treat. So for storage, I'll take anything we're not going to use, and we're going to put it in little bags and freeze it. And if you wanted to replant any of this, you could sure do that, but I already have some in the greenhouse. So what we're going to do is we're going to slice these into thin pieces. For the mature ginger root, we're going to have to peel this tougher skin off. But on the younger first year ginger, we don't really have to worry about that unless there's a spot that bothers you. And my son left these 2 on because he says they look like an alien. Alright, that's as much as we're going to make for today. Now I'm just going to put some water on this, and we're going to cook it for a while. Okay, that'll be fine. The exact quantity of water is not real important as long as there's enough that it won't burn. We're going to put this on medium-high heat, and cover it, and we'll come back in about 35-40 minutes. Okay, we're ready. Get the lid off of that. Ooh, I guess I can turn the heat off. And I'm going to try to do this one-handed. I'm going to pour it through a strainer. Whoa. And drain that extra liquid out.
You have one now.
Then we'll put the pieces back in here. There we go. And we're going to put about 1/4 cup of this liquid back in here. Something like, oh, actually, maybe a little more than that. So we want to have plenty for the liquid. You know, this is going to work. This is plenty. Okay, now here is, theoretically, what we should have done is weighed the ginger and used an equal weight of sugar. But that's not really super important because of something I have planned. So I'm going to just make a guess. Okay, yes, granulated white sugar. This is where we're leaving a little bit of the realm of health, but you only get a little bit at a time, so I really don't think it's too bad. I mean, you don't eat handfuls of candied ginger. So I'll put in some sugar, and we're going to stir that in and bring this back up to a boil. Meanwhile, don't pour the other liquid out, because we're going to use that for something. So we're going to simmer this now until it, this is a little more than a simmer. You can have it on medium, it doesn't have to be down to a simmer. We're going to evaporate all the liquid out, stirring frequently until it kind of dries up and the sugar recrystallizes around the ginger slices. Now, one thing we could do is we could use this sugar water, just put in as much sugar as the liquid will take, and then that could be a ginger syrup if that's what you want. And that actually could be really tasty on some things, maybe on pancakes or something. Still boiling it down. I tasted a little bit of this. I went and got it cool and tasted it, and that is some really nice ginger syrup at this stage. I'm kind of sorry that we're not making some of that today, but maybe on a different day. So we're getting there. I stepped away for a while, and I'm hoping I haven't ruined these because I stirred them and some were stuck to the bottom. So we're gonna see also. Oh, did I get this stuff too hot? No, I don't know. Maybe okay. We'll have to see. We'll keep evaporating it down. Okay, now we're getting there. Things are happening quick. Wow, I put a lot of sugar in this. Well, we'll have a lot of ginger sugar. Good. See how it's drying up? We want to get it to where we get the moisture out, and then we'll pull it off and put it on here. Okay, here it is all laid out. I put a lot of sugar in this, apparently. Ah, okay, great. Okay, it's still kind of hot, but my son's going to try a piece. Just get a little one, make sure it's not going to burn you. What do you think?
It's yummy.
It's yummy. Good. So what we're going to do is I'll spread this out and I'll let it cool. And then all of the ginger pieces that are covered in sugar, we will pull those aside to make little baggies to give people as gifts and some for us. And we will collect the sugar to have ginger sugar that we can use for coffee and for flavorings, in ice creams or sprinkle it on pancakes or whatever. Lots of fun stuff. That's also what we're going to do with the leftover ginger water. We're just going to pour this back into the pan, which is still hot. We will stir in sugar until it can't absorb any more sugar, and then we'll just heat and evaporate it back down until it turns into more sugar. And ginger is really good for upset stomachs, as I had mentioned at the beginning, eating until we're miserable. So you can have a little piece of candy before you eat, and it actually helps make your stomach feel better. Or after you eat, too.
Hey, this is the next day because my battery ran out, so let's take a look at the finished product. Okay, light again. My phone died again. May need to get a new one of those for Christmas. Let's try again to look at the finished candied ginger products.
Oh, dirty dishes. That's nice. Okay, here are the candied gingered slices. They are sweet with a nice chewy piece of ginger on the inside. So a burst of sweet, also some spicy gingerness, good for digestion, good for a sick tummy. Now here is the ginger sugar from the ginger slices, the sugar that was left over. And see, it's kind of got a brown color, and it's very nice, and it has that ginger flavor without being overpowered. It's very nice for coffees or ice cream, or think of all kinds of creative uses for that. With the leftover ginger water, though, I tried it again, and I put too much sugar in because look at the color difference. It's maybe a little hard to tell on this, but this is definitely a darker color. This is lighter. This does have a ginger flavor, but not nearly as strong as that. We're still going to use it eventually. I mean, I don't use a lot of sugar, but we'll use a bit at a time until it gets used up. But I wish I hadn't put as much sugar in that. So, maybe hold back. Don't put any more
sugar than you have water. Yeah. Maybe put in about half as much sugar as you have liquid, and then it just depends how strong you want it. But there it is. There's all the finished products. I'm gonna have a piece of this now because we just got back from Thanksgiving dinner, and man, I am full. Bye.